New devices from Google are arriving. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from Google is technology expert Peter Du. Hi, Peter.
Hey, Fred, good to be here.
Great to see you. And Google has held its ninth Made by Google event. AI front and center, of course. First off, the new Pixel 9 phones, Peter. Tell us about the choices here.
Yeah, so our Made by Google event every year we unveil the latest and greatest of Google hardware, the Pixel line, the Pixel watches, and the Pixel Buds featured this year. And so on the Pixel front, we're on the Pixel 9 phone, right? So there's a Pixel 9, the Pixel 9 Pro, and the Pixel 9 Fold, which is a folding version of the phone as well. Great phones, great new colors, obviously improvements in our specs. It uses our new G4 chip technology, and at the same time, you're able to use amazing software features alongside them. And so basically, these are features that let you be more productive, be more creative, and just create and do a little bit more fun things on your phone. A bunch of different features I'm happy to chat about on that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm sure Gemini brings some new capabilities to these phones.
Absolutely. And I'll start with actually a fun example. We've all been on a camping trip before where you want to take a photo of you and your friend, but maybe you don't have a third person, or you don't trust your selfie arm, or you don't trust the little rock to put your phone on, right? And so there's a new feature called Add Me, where actually you take a photo of your friend takes a photo of you, and then generative AI actually is able to stitch the photo together as if you were both together, and you have your own personal paparazzi in some ways. That way, it's a nice kind of natural looking photo, and you're able to actually keep doing what you're doing and not worry too much about the photo taking process. Very, very useful.
Really, really interesting. So, and Gemini on a day-to-day basis, beyond the photography, I'm sure adds to the capabilities as well.
Absolutely. And so there's, Gemini, think of it as a personal assistant. You can talk to it, you can send it photos, you can type to it. But what's really exciting is on these Pixel phones, it's more integrated than ever before. And so we have a new feature called Gemini Live, which essentially allows you to speak to it in the most conversational manner before, right? We've taught ourselves how to speak to, technologies. You say like Chinese food where, right? But in reality, that's not how people converse, right? And so with Gemini Live, you're actually just able to chat with it like you would a friend or normal person, and they'll respond to you in a very natural, in context way, right? So the computer is actually kind of speaking to you in a more useful way, and you're able to get more context from it. So you can even interrupt it. You can add more context. You can send them a photo saying like, hey, what can I make with this egg, spinach, and cheese? And they'll start saying, oh, how about like an omelet? But then you say, oh, I actually have bread. And they'll start, suggesting like a sandwich or something like that. So very flexible, very powerful assistant. And really, honestly, the more creative you get, the better you can get stuff out of it.
What should we know about the cameras in these new phones?
Yeah, they're super powerful, right? And so there's multiple camera lenses. You have obviously your selfie lens, you have the back lenses, you actually have a wide angle lens as well. And when you pair it with actually our editing software, you're able to do quite a bit of things, right? And so obviously your base pictures are really strong, but you can actually use this new feature in what's called Magic Editor called Reimagine. So let's say, you're taking a photo, you're in an empty field, and you want to use that picture for like a greeting card or something like that, and you want to jazz it up or something. You can actually circle the field around you, and you can type, please fill with wildflowers, and it will actually, fill it in with new imagery through generative AI. You can give a couple options. You can pick your favorite one. Or you can draw a little balloon in the background and say, turn this into a hot air balloon. And actually, hot air balloon will show up right behind you in the image. What's nice about this is, you're able to have a little bit more fun and creativity without having to be like an expert in all these photo editing softwares. Gives you a little bit more flexibility with what you can do, and it just makes it a little easier for the average person to create fun photos.
So, for people who might be trying to choose which of the new phones to purchase, tell us about the differences.
For sure. So we start off with the Pixel 9 standard phone, essentially, right? And so that's a great phone, kind of everyday workhorse phone. It's kind of a nice middle-sized phone. It's got obviously the same kind of power as some of the other things, but as you move up the line, when you move to the Pro line, you actually end up getting larger phone options. You end up being able to get more processing power in terms of more memory and RAM and everything, which gives a great option for folks who are looking for kind of a larger phone in a larger form factor. And for folks who are kind of more pro users, you even have the Pro Fold phone, which is a folding phone, which essentially, your normal phone, but you open it up and all of a sudden you have a tablet, right? And so this is really useful when you want to do multitasking. You want to put, Google Maps on one screen. You want to put your notes on another as you're walking around. Maybe you're checking out new apartments in New York and you want to kind of go from destination to destination while making notes about all the different places. What's really nice about it is, you're able to do all these different things with a small form factor that fits in your pocket, but you can get a tablet whenever you want something larger.
Cool. For people who own, say, the Pixel, one of the Pixel 8 phones, will some of the new capabilities migrating to them as well?
Yeah, what I'll say is, we have a pretty good track record of when we build software, we try to make it available for as many phones as possible. And so we're always exploring, some of our new features. Can it make sense to move down to different hardware that's been out there before? It may not be at launch, but we're always kind of looking at this type of stuff.
Terrific. Well, let's move on to the latest edition of the Pixel Watch.
Yeah, so the Pixel Watch 3 is out right now, and what I really like about this, right, it keeps the beautiful design. It's actually I'm wearing a Pixel Watch 2 right now, but the idea is that the surface is actually reminiscent of the surface water tension of a water droplet, right? So this beautiful curved design. It comes in two different sizes. There's a larger bezel version, and what it does is also kitted out with nice sensors to help you figure out kind of some health and fitness metrics, right? And so if you're actually planning on doing a 5K, half marathon, you can set up kind of training routes in your Fitbit app. And what you can do is your phone will actually, or your watch will actually nudge you on saying, hey, you're going faster than your intended pace, your heart rate beating fast. Like, how about you bring it in a little bit so you can make the rest of your race kind of the right speed you want? And so you'll get kind of AI running insights after the fact, where you can just kind of, get a sense of how you're doing on your training, right? For me, I'm kind of a novice runner, right? So every bit of help I can get, I'll take absolutely on this kind of thing. So
Some of the other features, I understand you have something called a loss of pulse detection.
yes, so what this is able to do is kind of figure out, if you're having a cardiac moment or everything like that, it's able to kind of check this, kind of alert emergency services depending on where you are, kind of just as an extra way to feel safe and secure when you're walking by yourself or you're living at home on your own as well. Really, really helpful just for folks to have more peace of mind, right? You pair this with some of our other sensors in there, like an ECG sensor, just to kind of get you check on your heart rate, and just kind of pair it all together for a holistic view of your health.
Interesting. And there are other kinds of detection too for emergencies.
Definitely. So there's like a skin temperature one, there's a oxygen one, I believe, and then you just kind of see how the rhythm of your heart is going as well. So all these things together, you can kind of check your stress levels, your sleep levels, kind of get just a bigger picture of how things are going.
You also have a new edition of the Pixel Buds.
Yes, the Pixel Buds Pro 2, actually. And so what's nice about this is, one, it's about, I think, 27% smaller than the last Pixel Buds, which the way this works is we've got a special chip in there, right, that just makes it smaller, easier to use. And what's nice about it is it actually lets you use Gemini on board nice and easy, right? So some of the stuff I mentioned earlier, when you're able to walk and talk talk to your phone, but actually you can talk to your earbuds in the same way, right? You can put your phone in your pocket. You don't have to pull it out. You can just say, hey, Gemini, like, can you tell me about like how many emails do I have going on, or where am I in this moment? Like, they're giving you a little bit context as you're walking about your day. And what's nice is you can actually use it in your phone, keeping your phone in your pocket and walking around like you're taking a phone call normally. So you don't have to worry about unlocking your phone, doing all these different things, putting it back in every single time you want to do something. It's kind of ambient there when you need it, not there when you don't. It's like having kind of an extra earpiece to some very smart friends in the background anytime.
Now, I know a lot of this has to do with carrier deals, but tell us what you can about the pricing and availability here.
For sure. So the Pixel Buds Pro 2 starts at $229. You can get them in various places, including the Google Store. The Watch and Buds, the Watch as well, you can look on the Google Store as well. And the Pixel phones have kind of a range of prices based off of what you're looking for. And so I believe the Pixel 9 starts at $799. And let me double check that. Yep, the $799. And then the Pixel Pro starts at $999, and the Pixel Fold starts at $1799. So different form factors, different prices for different price points. And there's kind of a Pixel phone for everybody in this line of things. So large variety.
And again, for more info, the best place to go is?
Yeah, you can search on Google, just type Pixel into Google, and you'll be able to find everything you need.
And blog.google.com has lots of stuff too that people can find.
Absolutely.
Peter Du, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Fred.